to the opening Women's Supa-Liga match of the Winter 2022 season, round 1. Today we have the West Coast Cobras in the green kit against the Andinas FC in the white kit. Lineups for today for the West Coast Cobras, we have number 12, Melissa Shepherd, number 22, Crystal J. Brooke, number 7, Marco Kant, number 1, Annie Leyland, number 4, Shelby Cochran, number 3, Sarah Ranieri, number 32, Eleanor Bates, and number 14, Ruby Walsh. And for the Andinas FC side, we have number 9, Alejandra Castro, number 10, Kaina Dietz, number 1, Jelena Bonaventura, and number 7, Angela Garcia. I'm joined today by Dylan Watson. I'll be co-commentating.
Thanks for having me, Jade.
Just trying to sort out the scoreboard.
Bit of technical difficulties. Already a bit of a positive play from Cobras, holding the ball since the kickoff. Can't kicking the ball in, back to Shepherd. Trying to find Brooke up the line, no success. Trying to pass out from the back there, Andinas, unsuccessful. Corner awarded.
Just sliced off her foot, not exactly how she wanted it to. Luckily, Cobras have ended up with possession again. Crystal Jade Brooke down the line.
Ball out of play. Dietz with the kick in.
Latana dispossessed by Bates. Bates with the shot. I think that was into the post.
Goal kick awarded from Claver, referee.
Goalkeeper Jelena Kudo. I hope I'm saying that last name right. We haven't seen her in the Supa-Liga. Oh, and just I say that, ball straight through her legs. Putting West Coast Cobras up 1-0. We watch the instant replay. Shot from Eleanor Bates, I believe, yes, straight through the legs of Cador of the Andinas FC side.
Very fast in the replay there, Jade, because I didn't see it in real time, so thanks for that.
I've missed enough goals on
with the
these
technical
streams.
difficulties. Oh, I completely understand.
Brooke back to Shepherd. Brooke with a big run forwards. Does want to drop herself back in and be an option.
Plenty of time at the back here for the Cobras. Not really a high press from Andinas. Just trying to turn with the ball there. Our unsuccessful shot very wide from Shepherd. Sends it long, does Caldor. Dietz with the receiver, offer for Shepherd, deflection.
She has players behind her. Castro now on the ball, being pressed by Kant. Dietz gets around Brooks, just sends it out.
Not enough pace to be able to retrieve the ball up the flank there. Brooke with the kick in. Shepherd holding it back in that fixo position. Bates sends it wide. Brooke is all alone on the left flank.
On Brooke with the
Takes it
shot.
round. Corner given. Goal line clearance there from the Andinas.
Was
Jade, number 9 for me. Who's that player?
Alejandra Castro.
Thank you very much.
With a little touch right in front of goal.
Saves a goal.
Walsh on the court now for the West Coast Cobras side, a new signing for the squad.
Bates with the long shot there. Saved from Caldor.
Gomez looking for Latana, and it's cut out by Walsh. Nice little turn backwards. Bates on the ball. Gets around Latana. Walsh back to Bates again. Shepherd in the middle, looking forwards. Kant does well to stop Gomez winning possession. Kant wins herself a free kick. Bates taking the free kick against Ingrid Gomez, who pushed Marco Kant in the back just as the ball was going out there.
Apologies if I'm a bit quiet here, Jade. I'm just trying to learn up on the names as we go.
Shepherd plays back to Bates. Walsh. Bates again has Ranieri running forwards.
Great back post
Latana.
run from Ranieri there.
Latana did well to get herself
Oh, absolutely.
on the ball. Stop Ranieri having a free shot.
Bates with the run in here.
We know Bates
And
is good on her
beautiful.
left foot.
Just right from the kick in here, Ranieri to Bates, left foot and in the top right corner. Very quick on the replay there, Jade. Excellent to see.
Bonaventura now on the court for the Andinas FC side.
And the same here with number 4, Shelby Jane. First appearance from her.
Walsh blocking the ball forwards from Castro. Castro on the kick in. Has Gomez being pressed quite high by Ranieri, forced to send it into the feet of Cochrane. Cochrane has time and space. Across the court to Walsh. Walsh against Castro. Gets it through Castro and Dietz and sends it back to Cochrane, who sends it into the feet of Gomez. Gomez now breaking forwards. Ranieri does well, get a little foot in there.
Gomez unable to find the feet of Castro in amongst a sea of green. Going over the top, finds Castro's feet, unable to get a touch on it.
I believe that found
Before Castro's feet.
face.
The other F word, wasn't it, Jade? Just getting up from the ground here is...
Oh, Gomez does well. Gomez against Walsh. Left foot shot. No, she's got it on her right. Left again.
Holding on to it. Oh! I'm in shock. I did not expect that ball to actually go anywhere near the goal.
Yeah.
Tossing and turning beneath, almost on the ground with her hands.
Watch the replay of... Oh, we've missed the replay on that one.
I would have loved to
Probably
have
the
seen
best
it.
goal so far in this match.
I'm going to pull out the phone in a little bit just to watch that myself.
Gomez took it from one foot to another about 3 times.
Shocked herself with the goal, I think, Jade.
Garcia now on the court for the Andinas FC side.
Dietz just holding it up on the left flank, unable to find the ball over the top.
I think that was a bad decision by Dietz. She had Garcia wide on the right-hand side open.
It's about the second or third time that Dietz has looked for the ball over the top, having short options paid on the ground.
I saw a slide out by Cador. I hope I'm getting that right.
I'm happy with Caldor.
Cador?
There's an L there, isn't there?
No, I think it's a double D. Cochrane on the ball, has Walsh running forwards. Walsh against Cador. Oh, and the big touch from Walsh. Garcia, press back Cochrane, sends the ball out for a West Coast Cobras kick in. Just as Kant steps on the court for the West Coast Cobras.
Plenty of options here for Brooke, just holding the ball. Finds Cochrane up front, favours the right flank to Kant.
And Cochrane with the shot.
Yeah, played from the right flank from Kant. Excellent three-person play there. Nice triangles in the passing from Kant, Brooke and Cochrane to finish.
See if I've caught this instant replay. Yes, I have caught.
Beautiful. Just going to check out these triangles of play here. 1, 2, ball back in and goal. Absolute fundamentals at its finest. Hey, Jade?
Yeah, the Andinas FC struggling a little bit to block the West Coast Cobras passing channels going forwards.
And I just don't see much possession from the Andinas as well. Get the ball and just try and lob it over the top, I think has been the play at the moment.
I've got a few new players in that I haven't seen play so far in the Supa-Liga. Might take them a few rounds to find their groove again.
Absolutely first viewing of this keeper, like you said before, Jade. Dietz, the veteran for the Andinas.
Cochrane on the ball against Dietz, trying to play into Walsh, and
Muscled off the ball there, Walsh was.
Bonaventura did well, getting her body in the way. Can't. Oh, and Bonaventura again with a great intercept. And then she just gave away the foul. At least she stopped the West Coast Cobras going forwards while she was still trying to track back.
Already 3 fouls from the Andinas. Have to be careful with 10.5 minutes left to play. Left flank kick in now from Kant. Shepherd unable to get that left foot on the ball.
I think the ball from Kant might have been not quite where she wanted it for the shot. Don't know if she was expecting it to her left foot or her right foot, but looked like a bit of an awkward.
The ball just rolled over the top of it, I think, Jade, because there's a bit of a flick on at the end. Defensive kick in here from Cochrane on the right flank. Finds Shepherd short, sends it down the line, up the right flank to Kant.
Gomez does well.
Very well. Finds the feet. Another Andinas player. Just rolls into the defensive feet of Bates. Shepherd holding the ball up in the fixo position.
Oh, and Garcia's moved way out of position, and she's just been told by her coach to drop back in. Opened up a massive gap
Bates
for the
sends it long.
West Coast side.
Beautiful ball in there onto the right flank from Bates in the fixo position.
Garcia against Cochrane. Cochrane gets it through her legs, and Dietz ends up with it. Bonaventura plays back to Gomez. Bonaventura again against Kant. Has Gomez there. Gomez had Garcia on the right and chose to play forwards, but it's paid off. Almost Dietz.
I think that's the first bit of positive play we've seen up front, finding the feet of Dietz with the ball over the top in the defensive position from Andinas. Finding their feet now. Unable to capitalise from the kick in down short.
Ball from Cador was sent straight back to the feet of Kant for a follow-up shot. Gomez getting a bit of a talking to from referee Ton.
Latana back on the pitch now for Dietz, her first break of the game.
For Andinas.
Latana on the right flank with 2 defenders now.
Oh, and she gets past Bates, just sends it out.
Couldn't keep the ball in, but it was a great run from Latana. Favouring short, Shepherd holding the ball in defence. Right flank drive is the command, drive.
Ranieri plays back to Bates.
Looking for that chip in. Just a bit too long and high from Bates. Sorry was the word there. Ooh. Bit unlucky there from the keeper. Watching their players going forward, unable to watch her own feet, stepping outside of the area. Giving away an indirect free kick. Indirect, Jade, am I correct in that?
I think it counts as a handball, which means it will be a direct free kick, if I'm not mistaken.
No, you're absolutely right. Well done. I'm not testing you. I was genuinely just thinking then. I'll admit the brain fart from me.
Referee saying indirect. Little dummy run from Ranieri, and the wall broke too early.
Was she off? Is this a red card, Jade?
Red card given to Gomez.
Breaking the wall is the second yellow card here from the communications from the referees. So a a red card means I'll play the next 2 minutes with a player down unless a goal is scored by Cobras within those 2 minutes. 6 minutes left on the board.
Walsh with the shot, and that's a great block by Bonaventura.
And it was Gomez, number 19, showing the second yellow card.
Bates out wide to Shepherd. West Coast Cobras should really want to capitalise on this player down situation the Andinas have found themselves in. Although as a player, I have found that it can be very hard to score against just 3 players.
I was literally about to ask you that, Jade. As a player, would you rather get the early goal to bring on the 4th player or the 5th player on the pitch, or would you rather have that 2 minutes, them a player down, and tucker themselves out?
A player down, you wouldn't tuck yourself out if you're smart about it. You would just sit back in your own half and defend for the 2 minutes as hard as you can. And it is, as I said, extremely hard when you're playing against 3 players. I have no idea why. Maybe it's a mental thing, but it's just very hard to get the ball through when those 3 players are just hunkered down.
What do they say about elite sportsmen? The 10% physical game, 90% mental. We're just into the last couple of seconds of a timeout called here. Now this season, I believe we get 1 timeout per half for the teams. Is that right?
Yes, that's correct.
So able to capitalise on these opportunities of a break or when they need to reset themselves.
The timeout time does not count towards the 2 minutes for the Andinas. Red card.
Referee's just confirming that it is 5 fouls from the Andinas, meaning that every foul from here on will be a 10-metre penalty. Now, I don't see too many 10-metre penalties these days, Jade.
I haven't seen a lot lately, but they are a lot harder to score than they look.
I don't doubt that. And a short kick in here from Bates finds Cochrane in the fixo position.
Some great instructions coming from the Andinas FC bench when they're trying to defend a man down. Oh, and Latana's just found herself out. Needs to get herself back in quickly. She's done well.
Cochrane with a multitude of options.
They're pushing a little bit too deep into their D there.
Finds Walsh on the right flank.
Bonaventura, little touch out. Oh, and the shot from Bates to the back post.
Unable to get that run in there or a tap in there from Walsh on the right post.
She was in the right position.
Absolutely.
Just couldn't quite get a toe on the ball, and those are the most annoying ones.
Kador sends it long to no avail.
Cochrane plays Leyland, who
First touch we've seen from her for a while.
Yeah, might have been eager to go forwards, and now they're playing 5 against 3.
3-1 up. This is a interesting time to play, wouldn't you say, Jade?
I think that the Cobras are feeling very confident in their ability to hold on to the ball and not give it away when they're playing 5 against 3.
Now we've just got that 5th player coming onto the court now. So Andinas are back to 5 players on the court after their 2 minutes is up. Got to be careful not to foul anywhere on the court, Andinas, or it will be a 10-metre penalty.
Ranieri looks back to Bates. Bates being pressed by Castro. Oh, and Bonaventura just left Ranieri running forwards, and she did well to get herself back in defensively. Stop Ranieri moving with the ball. Walsh almost dispossessed by Latana. Cochrane sends it across behind the run of Ranieri.
Defensive kick in here for Andinas. Unable to find the feet of Dietz up long. Pivot position. Bates holding the ball on halfway. Right flank Ranieri.
Leyland making her way forwards again. Oh, and just as she does, they've lost the ball. Ranieri, I don't think, realised that Leyland was making her way up the court. Didn't think to keep possession. Though I do think it would be a good rule of thumb to just keep possession anyway. Andinas' defence is a little bit too deep again. Giving the West Coast Cobras a lot of time and space in their attacking half.
Not hearing a lot of talk from the Andinas side. Ball's kept in play, sends it long, trying to find the feet of Latana. Got a one-on-one here between Bates and Latana. And out for a corner here now, the Andinas' first offensive set piece. Very, very fortunate Cobras there from the last minute run of
Shelby Cochran, who we know is an extremely quick player. Amanda Latana also is, but Cochran just managed to edge herself in front and send the ball out.
Am I right to say I've not seen the classic Latana that we're used to seeing in past seasons, Jade? Seems just a little static today, a little off.
I think the Amanda Latana is a very offensive player. She likes those attacking runs and the penetrating ball through that she can get on the end of.
And we've seen a very defensive Andinas today, haven't we?
Been playing a very defensive game so far, dropping back.
Bates holding possession.
This has been a fifth man defending from the Andinas. Just as I say that, ball goes down the line to Leyland Castro.
Reset here in the central position. Bates with the ball. Sends it long into Cochran. Cochran at the top of the D.
Shot from Leyland, just hits the outside post.
Ball released early, Andinas with it.
Castro sends it.
Did not even look up when sending that ball. Kind of knew that was going to happen there, Jade.
Had a few weeks off. I think the Andinas FC side just need to calm themselves down and find their footing. They're good enough. They've proven themselves last season that they're good enough to play the ball around and keep possession. Just need to get back into that mentality.
Absolutely, and that's all it is, mentality. It's a new side we're seeing now since the red card incident at the 15th minute mark.
Bonaventura does well to bring it down with the left foot volley.
It's a great half volley, that actually. On target, just no power behind it. Cochran holding it up. Just weighing up her options. Left flank can't with the ball. Back to Cochran in the fixo. Right flank on Shepherd. Leyland with the ball in. And a back post tap in from Brooke. Brilliant passing play here with the extra person in the attacking half. Leyland with the pass into the central area and a tap in from Brooke.
Watch this instant replay. Balls down the line to Leyland. Shepherd back to Brooke at the back post. Straight into the back of the net.
Got to say I was a bit sceptical when they went fifth man being 3-1 up, but it seems to be working, so I'll shut my mouth a little bit now, Jade. I really will.
Oops, unfortunately I have not been keeping the live stream stop clock up to date, but that is the halftime whistle that we just heard. The Cobras will go into the second half, 4-1 up. The Andinas FC side struggle to find their attacking stride, playing a very deep defensive game for themselves, especially now that the Cobras have decided they want to practice a bit of fifth man.
What would you say here, Jade? Have the Cobras stepped back since their initial 10-15 minutes intensity, or have Andinas stepped up since the red card?
Well, look, I think when a team goes fifth man against you, it always slows you down a lot, because you can't just press up onto the player and try and win the ball at any moment. You've got to really time yourself and make sure that when you're going to put pressure on the ball, it's at the correct moment so that they don't get an overload, which they already have an overload going 5v4. So it is a very tedious defensive work against fifth man. I personally, if a team plays fifth man for a very long time, will lose concentration easily. So it's a good tactic by the West Coast Cobras to go fifth man, and it's a good practice for the Andinas as well, defending against that fifth in this first round with some of the new players that they've brought in.
Look, I'm asking these questions only because you've come from the perspective of the player, having played in nationals level, state level and whatnot. I've not played at this level before. Very, very into the game, yes, but wanting to get the perspective of the player's value. So, brilliant answer. I'm just lost in the dark, so that's why I asked the question.
Of course. We're going to take a quick ad break during this half time now, and we'll be back, have a little bit of listen to the tactics of each side and see if we can bring any information back to you in the second half.
Futsal WA has social futsal competitions 5 nights a week in Mount Lawley and West Perth. Whether you're an individual or have a group of mates who want to play, there's a junior, men's, women's or mixed competition that will suit you. Contact us to get involved in futsal, an action-packed sport and the fastest growing sport in Australia.
Righty, and welcome back to the second half of the Round 1 Women's Supa-Liga match.
Andinas with the kick.
West Coast Cobras up 4-1.
Castro holding the ball. Bates getting the ball in front of Dietz. Latana tracking back now, keeping the ball at her feet on the right flank. Ball's kept in play, and just a little tap from Shepherd. Unable to get in front of her defensive player. Bonaventura with the kick in on the left flank. Welsh just disappearing with the header there. Corner ball given.
Castro takes it quickly.
It was just the second corner from Andinas, and they can really afford to slow these down now. 4 seconds does seem not long, but it's a lot longer than you think out there.
Yeah, definitely would have benefited the Andinas side of Castro. Took a little bit more time for her team to get themselves into attacking positions off that corner. Leyland almost letting that ball go through her legs.
Well, to be fair though, if she sits on that ball, she retains possession, so she did all the right things.
Free kick awarded.
Dietz playing it quickly, finding the feet of Latana, going the left flank. Bates standing tall.
Dietz winning herself another free kick. It's 2 very quick fouls against the West Coast Cobra side.
Have to be careful. We saw what happened to the Andinas in the first half. Again, with 6 minutes to go though, didn't see a 10-metre penalty, so very surprised, Jade.
Bonaventura with a great little cutout. She's done well to block those passing channels at times today, Bonaventura.
Open goal now, open goal from Leyland. Kept the ball in, but didn't take the ball with her.
Bates on the ball. Looking forward.
Walsh on the right flank. Keeps possession. Wanting to start again. Bates at the back, halfway.
Leyland just couldn't quite get the angle on that shot. Sent it wide of the post. Bonaventura on the ball against Shepherd. Walsh going in for a double-up tackle.
Finding the feet of Castro, playing back to Dietz, left flank now from Bonaventura.
Oh, and that was
Takes it round Bates.
a great 1-2 touch around Bates by Bonaventura.
And a good dummy run there from Castro as well. Leyland claiming a touch there, so we'll have a Andinas corner. See if they use the full 4 seconds here from Castro. Bonaventura wanting it at the top.
Oh, and that's
Finding the feet at the top of the Dietz there.
somehow gotten to Dietz. The West Coast Cobras defence should have
I think they fell asleep on
not
that
let
one.
that ball go all the way through all 4 of them.
4-1 is not a decent lead in futsal. It could turn within a minute. They need to stay switched on here, Cobras.
In saying that though, we have seen a minimal amount of shots from the Andinas FC side, so I think Cobras are just feeling like they're in a position at the moment to let their guard down a bit.
Comfortability. Blessing and a curse, wouldn't you say, Jade?
Look,
Can't with the interception. And ball out of play, still in Cobras' possession.
Bates forward to Walsh. Walsh has Kant in the middle. Dietz sends it out.
Cobras retaining possession on the right flank, kicked in from Walsh, finds Bates' feet. Bates again with the ball, short 1-2 with Shepherd.
Mel, look to get past him. Mel, look to get past him. Yes, Mel.
On Shepherd.
Press.
Moving her feet too fast
Time there.
through the middle there. Wasn't ready for the ball from Walsh.
Reset, we need it.
Would have been a great position for her to receive the ball in.
I just feel that the Andinas are sitting too far back and allowing Cobras the extra few seconds to make the decisions. If the Andinas stepped up 1, 2, maybe 3 steps to force that early pass, there's a greater chance there of a mistake and a counter-attack on the cards.
Yeah, it's definitely a very deep defence here from the Andinas FC side.
And again, just giving that half 1 second for Shepherd to think, should I take the shot? Should I pass over to the left flank with Kant waiting there? I think all it takes is that 1-2 step up originally.
The Cobras side now choosing to press.
Marco, when you can.
Brooke on the shot. Little deflection off Dietz.
We'll take the same again, corner with the Cobras on the right flank.
Bonaventura in front of the shot from Bates.
Very high.
Marco, Ruby, when you can. Ruby, when you can. Well done, Marco. Stay there. Yes, Crystal, stay with. Go, Ted. Go, Marco. Go, Marco.
The ball from Dietz to Castro, very hard to control. Luckily, Andinas have retained possession. Latana now against Walsh. Bates is stepping in. Latana gets through. Bonaventura with the shot, blocked by Annie, and another shot from Latana, blocked by Annie. Great goalkeeping there from Annie Leyland.
And every ball in from Latana being an on-target shot just seemed to find her feet again from the deflection of the defenders.
Bonaventura throwing her hands up a bit there. Looks like she wanted a free kick against Walsh.
Andinas with the kick in on the left flank. Got to hurry up with the ball here.
Latana gets through Kant, gets through Bates, and it's kicked out by Brooke.
Bonaventura with the ball over the top, finding Leyland's hands. Favouring the short pass out to Ranieri with Bates on the ball now, and Leyland sends herself long, looking for the 5th man. Ball played in across goal from Kant on the left flank, and it's a interception and played turnover. Bonaventura with the ball now. Leyland getting involved in the defence. High press here from Leyland, Brooke and Kant. The ball over the top deflected for a kick in from Andinas. Dietz plays it short to Bonaventura.
Oops, I believe that hit the...
Obstacle in the way, interference. Andinas retained possession from the kick in short, played from Latana. Bonaventura with the long shot. On the right foot, unsuccessful, wide.
Ranieri, big run forwards, Cochrane forwards as well. And
First touch this
Dina's
half.
defence very slow to get back. Bonaventura still not behind the ball, she's walking.
You get call ball watching at this level, it can be very deadly.
Ball's forward for Cochrane, and she's touched it out of play.
Just a hand up in the air from Cochrane to say sorry there. Great ball in from Bates, couldn't get the control.
I think Ranieri thought that was going to be a lot harder of a ball, turned her back on it.
Not a great ball from Latana, but somehow found the feet of Bonaventura. That's what you want. Bonaventura sitting highest, same with Castro.
Bonaventura and Castro just leaving a massive gap between them. Bonaventura now too deep. Oh, and she's ended up touching the ball.
I just can't
No
see the
pressure on the
intensity
ball
from
there.
the Andinas at the moment, Jade. They're just walking and sitting back in their positions. No communication whatsoever from them. And the bench has been very quiet this half.
I haven't seen Angela Garcia step on the court for this half, so I believe they've been playing with the same 4 court players for the entirety of this second half. Maybe getting a little bit tired at this point.
And that'll be the first foul against the Andinas this half. Quite a contrast from the 5 within 15 minutes last half. 9.5 minutes down, first foul for Andinas.
Brooke. There's Ranieri. Brooke on the ball. Latana sends it out.
Brooke unable to get control of the ball there. Latana just scooping up possession. Not a great shot. Leyland sends the ball out to the left flank. Yep, Leyland running forward, joins them. Brooke looking for options.
I don't think the West Coast Cobras have scored, I believe, in their second half. I could be wrong.
No, they're absolutely right.
Which is,
Bit unusual, I'd say.
considering they're pushing Annie Leyland forward, they may be just trying to keep possession in their 5th man so that they can practice, but you would think...
And I haven't seen Andinas use the legs at the moment. Their energy is quite stalled, and Cobras need to take the opportunity. Favouring the right flank, Cochrane with possession. Turnover of possession now with Andinas. Bonaventura with the ball at her feet.
Bonaventura's been playing an excellent second half.
Great flick over the top, just found the feet of.
That handball from Mel Shepherd.
Bonaventura standing on the, looks like she'll want to take this. Definitely favouring over the top flicks this whole game. So we'll see if she decides to send one into Castro or play it short to either Dietz.
Dietz making her way forwards. Bonaventura with the shot, and she sends it over.
And Jade, we're just seeing Garcia step onto the court now, into the fixo position for Andinas.
Swapping it with a Amanda Latana as West Coast Cobras call their second timeout for the match. And I remember to stop my clock.
Definitely a different team this half, and I know they're running out of legs. They've taken almost 12 minutes to make that first sub. Latana coming off for Garcia, but Cobras, even with that 5th man up top with Leyland coming in, helping them out, trying to pass the ball around, even with a few shots off target of her own. Definitely a different game this second half.
Yeah, first half was very Cobras attacking dominant, I would say, and this half Cobras are still being more dominant, but more just holding on to the ball, not so much looking for those quick counters or looking to play the ball forwards quickly. They're just trying to keep possession. And
unfortunately at the moment what we're not seeing with the counters from Andinas is the move forward. They seem to be losing it around the halfway area in a 2v1 or a 1v1 situation that they need to capitalise on against Cobra's defence, because Leyland seems to be caught out in the offensive third, so there's that shot opportunity towards goal that I think they're missing out on.
Yeah, I think definitely experience will play a role in that. A few new players coming in as the Andinas get a few more Ks on the court. They'll get better at these kinds of things.
Chemistry, it's key. And short play out from Leyland, sending her long. Bates holding it up. Bit of a higher press now from Andinas.
Leaving a lot of space behind them, but it might pay off for them if they can win the ball up here.
Bonaventura stepping up as well. Leyland using it.
West Coast Cobras got out of the press. Ruby Walsh with the shot, sending it left of the post.
And using that extra 5th person, defence were caught out. They had to rush hurriedly from the middle section of the court into their defence.
Cochrane on the ball. They're not playing fifth now, so it would be a good time for the Andinas side to press now.
Absolutely.
Oh, and Bonaventura's dropping off.
Allowing the gap for Walsh, just not finding her feet. Now we've got a counter with Bonaventura on the ball. Right-footed shot.
And it's sent
Corner
into
ball
the
given.
side netting.
I'd put that down as a non-target shot if it didn't get touched from Cobras for a corner.
Yeah, Bonaventura, after Ingrid Gomez, who was a very integral player for the Andinas FC side, got sent off with a red card. Bonaventura has really stepped up and is playing more of that controlling role, is bringing the ball forwards, making a lot of the attacking decisions for her side. With the shot, Bonaventura puts herself on the scoreboard.
With about four corners in a row there to Andinas. The first two played on the right flank. Found Bonaventura's feet with the shot in. Not successful. The third one, just as Castro decided to send it in herself, go for goal, didn't work. And that fourth one there on the left flank sends it long, top of the D for Bonaventura and straight in the back of the net. Excellent goal there from Andinas. Bates sends it in long from the fixo. Marco on the left flank, head in, over the bar. Not a bad passage of play. 4-2 is the score now. Andina's really stepping up since the Cobras called their first time out of the half. And only time out.
Walsh being pressed by Castro.
Leyland
Finds
with
an
their first
outlet
touch.
through Leyland. Nice little blocking run by Leyland, and Bonaventura does well to get
This
in
is the
front
first
of
bit of
Bates.
pressure we've seen from Andinas. I'm not sure if the Cobras are prepared for it.
Castro pressing up on Walsh again. Khan against Dietz.
Can't just
Bates.
with the reset. Finding the feet of Cochrane. Shot not on target there from Cochrane, wide on the right post. Cador sending it long down the middle, finds the chest to Bonaventura, turns, time on the ball from Bonaventura.
Big fall there from Eleanor Bates. Hit the ground hard.
Yeah, unfortunate that the ball was in the way. I think in that one, Bates just decided to put her face down for support, not the hands.
I don't think she had time. I don't think she was expecting
Yeah. Definitely the thud sounded worse than what actually was. Leyland with the ball at her feet. Unlimited touches in the second half as a keeper. In the attacking half, I should say.
Can't. Ball's just out of play, out of reach of Can't.
Unable to get that 1-2 passing play there from Walsh and Can't.
Dietz sends it into Bonaventura. She does well to keep the ball against 3 West Coast Cobras players. Oh, and she tries to flick it over for Garcia, but she had Dietz behind her open.
Easy options, easy options.
She'd drawn in 3 West Coast Cobras players, which meant that a lot of space on the other side of the court would have been free.
And I'm sure Castro would have found herself on the left flank eventually from that play. Walsh holding up ball on the right flank, plays it back into the fixo, Bates. And the ball just going underneath the feet of Can't on the left flank. Needs to get the feet on top of the ball, not letting it fly underneath her. Plays it short to Castro. Castro with a panic kick up the guts of the park. Bates commanding the ball at her feet. Fixo. Leyland making her way up to the court. Leyland making that back post run. Dispossessed.
Bonaventura. Another shot from Bonaventura.
I think Bonaventura just needs to get a head up to see what the play options were there before sending it down with her feet.
Definitely there was enough time for her to put her foot on the ball and
the open goal as
take
well.
possession.
Time on the ball here from Shepherd. Bit of a press now. Castro stepping up. Walsh on the right flank finds Shepherd's fleet in the middle.
Garcia does well to get in the way of Melissa Shepherd as she's
Good use of the
trying to
body
take a
there, I'd
shot.
say.
Bonaventura on the ball.
Great control to bring that touchdown.
Needs to get herself behind the ball quickly now.
Walsh with the pass and the release finds Brooke's feet. Good to see Brooke back on the pitch after a rest. Ranieri also on the pitch herself.
Brooke with the shot wide of the post.
Walshy just didn't find that back post run soon enough. Brooke just tried to do everything herself. Then Walsh realised, oh, I need to be at the back post there for a tap in.
Bonaventura, a little bit of a panic touch in the middle, but it's fallen to the feet of Latana. Latana's gotten through Shepherd somehow, gotten through Ranieri somehow, gotten through Leyland.
And just like that, we see the game within 1 goal of each other. From 4-1 down at the start of the half to 4-3, Cobras still with a slight 1-goal lead.
See this run from Amanda Latana. Have no idea how she managed to keep the ball through 2 tackles and slip it past Annie Leyland.
Just every shot, every pass seemed to find the ball back at her feet like there's a magnet on there, Jade. Ranieri unable to hold possession and gets done for impeding the progress of an opponent.
Hey guys, let's set up. You got 3 minutes. Just make sure you keep it safe.
Got about 40 seconds before we are into the last 2 minutes of stop clock.
Just for my own sanity, Jade, are we stopping clock on this thing? On the, all right, righto, gotta love technology.
It's not always in sync with the actual match stop clock, but try my best to keep the time.
As long as you're doing it and not me, I'll be happy because I'll just let it play on. Not great for the benefit of the viewers.
Walsh on the ball.
And Yuri with the turnaround. Back to Walsh. Got time to drive from the command of Ranieri.
It's a bit of a defensive miscommunication between the Andinas there.
We're seeing a lot of tired legs from the Cobras now, and I think the second win of the Andinas has really come in play here. Bonaventura stepping high with Brooke on the ball. Finds the right flank of Walsh. Shepherd in the fixo. Ranieri looking for the switch of Walsh. Right flank. Ranieri running long, finding the feet from Shepherd. And dispossessed, kept in play from Dietz. Be an Andina's kick in. Dietz with the ball, left flank. Short ball in. Bonaventura holding onto the ball. And off target shot wide, top right.
Now that the Andinas are within 1 goal of the West Coast Cobras, I think it'll be a good time for them to use a timeout maybe and centre themselves and speak about composure in front of goals. They've had a few shots, but they just seem to send them wide or too high or
I am
not enough
liking
power.
the high press of Bonaventura and Dietz when she comes up here. Garcia on the court now. Bonaventura with the turnover in possession.
Just won herself
Foul
a free
given.
kick.
That's a 5th foul for Cobras. What a turnaround we've seen in the second half. With 1 minute 20 on the stop clock.
Oh, and it's balls like that that you don't want to waste in the last 1 minute 20 of the match when you're only
Latana
1
needs to
goal
turn
down.
around now. Again looking for the high press. Bonaventura stepping up. Latana not helping her out though, just standing back, watching everything going on.
Walsh finds Shepherd in the middle of the court.
Good turn there from Shepherd and the command from Ranieri. Just wondering what the referee's decision is. They're giving the ball to Cador for a keeper. Finding the feet of Dietz.
Oh, Garcia didn't quite get on the end of it.
I think she's just waiting for the ball to come to her feet, not coming to it. Shepherd with the lunge, unable to get possession of the ball. Bonaventura with the kick in on the right flank. Finds the feet of Dietz. Back to Bonaventura. Had the safe option back at Garcia in the fixo, but decided to go forward to no position. Latana now with the sprint. This is the energy that we want to see from Andinas. 40 seconds remaining. Bonaventura on the run. Dispossessed by Cobras.
Walsh.
We've got a 2v1 happening here between Walsh and Brooke. Unable to capitalise. Kick in for the Andinas. Playing short to Bonaventura. Bonaventura playing back to the fixo Garcia.
Bonaventura played that ball but then didn't make a movement into a space where she could attack.
What do they say? Pass and move, Jade. Pass and move.
Yes, I've been yelled that way too many times in my life.
I've just got the Greg Farrell in the back of my head. Pass and move. Easy for us to say, but after a 45-minute game, you've got to be tired. Those legs have got to be tired with 10 seconds left on the clock. Sorry, 20 seconds, my bad.
Bonaventura across the court to Garcia. Latana now, little touch from Walsh. Did well.
10 seconds to get within one goal, the equaliser. I think it's coming, Jade. I can feel it.
Seen crazier things happen in a futsal match. It would be
over the top. Unable to find the head of Latana. I think I spoke too soon. With 4 seconds left on the clock.
It would be an incredible result for the Andinas FC to come back from 4-1 down, but the West Coast Cobras, I'm assuming, would.
I do want to ask the question after we see the end of the game. How hard is it to keep the composure in the stop clock for 2 minutes? Do you find it easier to panic, or?
It definitely depends if you're. It's the final whistle.
I will come back to that question, but let's give the update of what's happened in this match. So final score.
Result, 4-3 to the West Coast Cobras over the Andinas FC. Goal scorers for the West Coast Cobras: number 22, Crystal J. Brooke with 1 goal. Number 4, Shelby Cochran with 1 goal. And number 32, Eleanor Bates with 2 goals. And for the Andinas FC, number 17, Amanda Latana with 1 goal. Number 19, Ingrid Gomez with 1 goal. And number 5, Eleanor Bonaventura with 1 goal. And just quickly before we end the stream, I'll answer Dylan's question. It depends if you're ahead or not. If you're ahead and you're in stop clock, it's pretty easy because you just want to move things slowly so that you can set yourself up defensively at any point in time or attacking wise.
And wind that clock down, I guess. Yeah.
Whereas if you're losing, even though it's stop clock, you still want to move things quickly because you don't want to give the other team time to set themselves up. So it's a double-headed coin there. It just really depends on where you find yourself at that point in the game.
An excellent second half there from Andinas to bring the game back to within 1 goal. 2 goals to them in the second half. No goals from Cobras to make the final score. West Coast Cobras 4, Andinas FC 3, a win to the Cobras.
Thank you for joining us. We'll be back in just a moment with a men's Supa-Liga match between